Hi there, welcome to the daily devotion. Today's devotion is taken from Obadiah. Obadiah's book is little more than a mere pamphlet. Indeed, it contains less than 24 verses. It is in fact a tale of two cities, Petra and Jerusalem. It's also the story of two peoples, the Edomites and the Jews. Moreover, it's the story of twins, Esau and Jacob. Unidentical twins, different in appearance, different in appetite, different in appeal. The one boy, Esau, appealed to his father. The other boy, Jacob, appealed to his mother. The one boy was a killer, a wild man, a professional hunter. The other boy was a keeper, one who had a heart for the flock. From these two boys came two nations. The nation of Edom, which descended from Esau, was wild, godless and proud, living on the plunder of caravans and wayfarers. The other nation, Israel, descended from Jacob, was a chosen nation, raised up by God to be a testimony to all others. There was a long history of war and strife between these two peoples. Had the Edomites held out a helping hand to the Hebrews as they travelled from Egypt to Canaan, the story might have been a different one. The Edomites might have found shelter beneath the wings of Jehovah. Instead, they chose rather to hinder and oppose. In the end, they produced a man called Herod the Great, the monster of a man who tried to murder the infant Christ of God in his bed. The most spectacular city of Edom was the rock city of Petra. It was surrounded by wild, untamed terrain, a tangle of mountains, deep canyons, and rock shelves with strips of fertile land here and there. Here was the haunt of the sliding serpent, the stinging scorpion, and the soaring eagle. The Edomites thought their country to be impregnable and boasted of their place in the sun. When Nebuchadnezzar invaded Jerusalem, the Edomites were thrilled. They became his willing aides, following in the wake of the Babylonian conquerors, urging them on, cheering their triumphs, helping them round up fleeing Jews. When Jerusalem fell, they cheered and fell on the spoil. Moreover, they took an active part in sacking the city, in catching fleeing Jews, and in seizing their land. No wonder Obadiah spoke out, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord." Verse 4. "Thou shalt be cut off forever." Verse 10. And so it came to be. The rock city of Petra is now just a place for tourists to go. As for the other city, Jerusalem, the prophet had a word for her too. Ruin for Petra, restoration for Judah. And that too has come to be. Yea, and beyond the turmoil of today, in the coming day of the Lord, the prophet saw a triumphant Zion. He saw the banners of the Christ unfurled, and the nations trooping to Jerusalem, proclaiming holiness to the Lord. Verse 17. Obadiah teaches us that God is ever on the throne. In the end, he always settles accounts with those who attack his own. More, God does not allow a temporary lapse by his people, however sad and serious it may be, to turn him from his goals, whether for Israel or for his church. What a helpful reminder as we face a new day that God is ever on the throne. Thank you so much for joining me again today. See you tomorrow for another devotion.